cute.
There you go.
How adorable is that, you guys?
All right, what are you putting out there, Fallon?
We've got little micro squirrel babies, and they are totes adorbs. These little guys are about 2 weeks old, and I'm trying to find the other. This mama had a litter of 5. Trying to track down the other 2 here. There they are.
All right, guys, if you're just joining, these are micro squirrels, and we're live here at Ocoee Riverside Farm. Fallon is finding the rest of them, and these are just some of the cool things that you can see here at the farm. If you're interested in them, shoot Fallon an email, animalsales@ocoeeriversidefarm.com.
Yes.
And they do get a lot bigger.
Yes.
Well,
so a lot bigger, about double this size, which is still pretty small in the grand scheme of things. Then we have, let's see, these other babies I'm going to pull out were born March 27th. So you can kind of see a little bit of the size difference. They're still itty bitty. So this is a little bit older baby here. And these are babies. So cute. So yeah, these would be called African pygmy dormice, or micro squirrels, we call them here in the US. They are in the squirrel family, so they are not, they're not rats, they're not mice. They are actually squirrels. They're also closely related to beavers as well, believe it or not. So little baby micro squirrels, they do make wonderful little companion pets because they are very low maintenance. To give you an idea of what you would need for, let's say, 1 or 2 squirrels, we have a 10-gallon aquarium tank with a mesh screen top. So that way you got plenty of airflow, but also so they can't escape off the top. And then you want to have a little exercise wheel in there for them, and kind of like a little hut like this that they can go underneath. And then pine shavings, which you can buy in big bags. A big bag of shavings will last you at least a year. And the micro squirrel food is very simple. You can order it online. We have resources that we can show you if you take home a micro squirrel. But 1 bag of food is going to last you at least a year for 2 micro squirrels. So they're very low maintenance. They do make good companions also because you can put them in bonding pouches. And look how adorable this is. This is probably my favorite part. There's micro squirrel leashes. So you put your little leash on your little squirrel. Come here, baby. And you can just pack them around with you. Just like that.
So if it's a girl micro squirrel, do you make them their own bows also?
Well, we're working on that. You know, the bows that I have in my hairs I don't think they'd even be able to walk around with that one. Their hair never really gets long enough where we'd be able to attach a bow. Well, maybe we do definitely have pink.
There you go.
I think that would be a good fitting. And then maybe tie a little bow to the little whatever this thing is called. That would be really cute.
Tell us what else you know about them.
Yeah, so the micro squirrels also, they get these little squirrel tails. This one is just starting to poof out. Again, this little guy is still a baby, so he's growing. He's maybe going to be about double this size. So imagine the size of your thumb. See how big he is? And to give you an idea of the size of my hands, I'm 5'8", and he's still pretty itty bitty, but about the size of your thumb, and as adults they're going to get just a little fatter. And that's about, oh, that bomb, you lost your traction there, buddy. They make really good companions because they are just very low maintenance. They can bond to you. You can put them in bonding pouches and tote them around with you while you're doing chores in the house or going to the grocery store, driving in your car, whatever you got. And you can have a little micro squirrel, kind of like Bob Ross, right? Have a little squirrel in your pocket. That's what I imagine. And you too can have a squirrel in your pocket. Even with a little leash.
Can they hang on when it's upside down?
Yes. Now, baby is still, I was like, let's see how baby does. His little nails aren't long enough yet.
Oh, okay.
But as adults, their little toenails are so tiny, they hold onto the crevices in your fingerprints, the little ledges in your fingerprints, and you can flip your hand upside down and they hold onto your fingerprints. They're so small. And so this little guy, he's still working on growing his nails out. He doesn't have enough traction yet to be able to do that. but he's very adorable. And to give you guys, here's some brand new babies that we have. These little guys are about 2 weeks old. You hear their cute little noises. Some of the things that they really like to eat, they're gonna be more of a protein-based little critter. So we feed them a dry, kind of like a pellet seed mix, and then also a fresh food. So they're gonna be more like boiled chicken, hard-boiled eggs, and maybe just a little bit of, I say vegetation, but they really like blueberries. And so imagine your little micro squirrel, and his little paws holding onto one blueberry and just eating it. So, and his little paws holding onto one blueberry and just eating it. So, and it's cute because the blueberry, they will eat all the inside of the blueberry and leave the skin. And so next morning I find it and there's just a blueberry skin everywhere. Very, very cute. Very low maintenance. They can bond to you and just be your little pal and pack around with you.
They would look great on your shoulder. Can you put one of them on your shoulder?
Yes, I'm going to do the one with a leash. Because just in case he falls. There we go.
Look at that, guys. You can ride around.
Yeah.
With them on your shoulder now.
A squirrel on your shoulder with a leash.
What do you normally have on your other shoulder, Fallon?
I usually have, a bird. I usually have, we have sugar gliders. Sugar gliders are usually inside my shirt because they like to burrow. And then on my other shoulder, I usually have a bird on my shoulder.
And they want to know how long is the lifespan of those little guys?
It's going to be like around 3 to 5 years range. So it's not a long-term commitment. It's not like a bird that's going to live 80 years. And so that's another reason they can make really good first-time pets. And if you're teaching your children discipline and routine and taking care of something, these little guys would be a great option for that. If you go on vacation, you can just kind of give them extra food for a couple days worth. And if you're going to be gone for like a week, you'd want to have somebody come in and stop in and visit them and check on them. But if it's a couple days, you can just throw in extra food and they'll be totally fine. We do water dishes, so we don't like doing the water bottles with a little bead at the end because sometimes those can clog and then your little squirrel can not be getting water. So we always do really shallow dishes like this because in case they fall in, they can get back out. So that's what that would look like. We use these little dishes for their fresh food. They get about a half tablespoon of fresh food we have maybe 6 squirrels in one cage, and that would be enough for 6 squirrels. So
they want to know how big it is. Do you have the mama?
Yeah, Mama's in here. She is a little erratic, but I do have one in here that would be more closer to full size. Mama squirrel is not used to being handled very much. So this would be full size squirrel. This is mom of another batch of babies that we had.
Aw, cute.
I know, very, very cute, very sweet. But you can see they stay very small. There's the size of my hand.
And who do they need to email if they're interested in one of these guys?
You can email me. My name is Fallon. My email here at the farm is animalsales@Ocoee Riverside Farm and .com. So you can forgot that little bit in there, .com, and you can reach out to me. See what squirrels we have that you can come pick. We are located in Benton, Tennessee, okay? We do not send any animals. You would need to come visit us on the farm to come pick up your squirrel. But do reach out to me if you'd like to have a squirrel on a leash, just like this little guy.
All right, guys, we'll check back in soon. We'll let Fallon get a little bit of work done. Thank you so much for all the info, Fallon. Again, guys, email Fallon at animalsales@OcoeeRiversideFarm.com. Talk to you soon. Bye.